Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be a video to essentially teach you how to enable cheats and console commands for your Farming Simulator 25 game. Now, I also want to just start this off right off the bat. This only works on PC. If you are a console player, this will not work for you. There's no way to do this, so I don't want you to watch the whole video and realize you can't do it. So I just want to put that out there right away so you don't waste any of your time. That's the deal here. So just be aware of that. I'm also going to show you a couple of neat tips and tricks and other things you can do as well here in the XML of the game. And then I'm going to show you some very common like console commands and stuff like that that'll hopefully help you in your gameplay. And I do have a list of console commands as well, which I will share down below in the description, just so that way you guys have it. If I forget to do that, let me know. I will put it down there. Just leave a comment saying, hey, you didn't put it in there, and I'll get it in there. I got the list from Yoast Modding. I don't know where he got the list, but he got the list and he sent it over to me. So I will put that list onto a Google Drive document. That way I can share it with you guys down below. So just be aware of that. And then I'll teach you some common commands that I use that might actually help you out quite a bit as well. Some of these will help if you're doing content creation, and some will help if you're just playing the game. But yes, this also may not work if you're playing a Steam version of the game. I've heard that it may not work, or there's some issues there. If you try it with that, try it for sure. Try it. Follow this to a T, see if it works for you. I just don't want to guarantee if you're not playing with the Giants version of the game. I can't guarantee this is going to work. I don't know if there's no other ways that can do it. This is the only way to do it still, but it may not work with your version of the game. If you have a Giants version, which is just the eShop version that you get from Giant Software, if you bought it on their website or used anyone's partner code, you have the eShop version. So first off, a couple things we need to note here. One, we need to make sure we have an icon on our desktop for Farming Simulator 25. So we need to make sure we have that. The next thing that you are going to do is you're going to go into your documents, go to My Games. It should be saved under here. I'm not sure if it would be somewhere else or not, but again, it'll just be Documents, and then you can go to My Games, and it should be under here. If it's the only game I have installed on this computer, but this is my new computer. But Farming Simulator 25, we want to go into this folder, and then we want to scroll down, and we want to find this right here. This is the game file, which it wants to open in Microsoft Edge for me. I don't want it to do that. I'm going to hit open with, and you need to open it with a text editor. Notepad is totally fine. Your PC should have something like that. And then it is going to pull up an XML here. Let me pull up. I don't want the other one that's on there. I just want this one. It's going to pull up this XML right here. There's a couple things you can do in here, which is great. It has a lot of your different settings like brightness and stuff like that in here. But what we need to go down here is do development, go to this section, and then go to controls, this section, and we need to change this here. This should say false on yours. You just want to change this to true. Just type that out in there. That's great. Then this is important. Hit file, hit save. Do not just exit this out. You have to save it and overwrite the other file. Don't save a new file, overwrite the other file. So this actually is what is read. That's the important thing. Now, one other thing you can do in here if you would like to is there's the view distance, or the LOD distance, the foliage distance. You can crank these up if you have a powerful PC. I would not do this if you don't have a powerful PC, but you can crank these above. Normally you can only go up to 200% in the settings, but I just took them all to 6% or 600%, and then I can go file, save. Now note, if you go to those settings and you make any adjustments in the settings in the game, it will revert back to 200%. Just be aware of that. But if you set them to 6 here and then have file, save, it really pushes that render circle out further. So your game will look great, but it can cause some serious performance issues. So be very careful with that, but it is possible. So after we've done this, we've hit file, save, we've enabled console commands. Now it's enabled cheats. That's where this comes in right here. And I'll also show you another trick that'll help here as well. I want to right click on this, and you should be able to get this a shortcut even if you play the game on Steam, but you're gonna right click. I'm gonna move this out of our way here, but if I right click on this, it says properties. I'm gonna click properties, and then it's gonna open up this window right here. Under the target section, which is right here, and what is highlighted for me, at the very end, it will normally look like this. It'll normally look like this. I'll apply that, hit OK there. If I open that up and hit, oh, I didn't click it. There we go. Hit properties. It'll normally look like this. I want to go to the very end. I'm at the very end here. I'll zoom in on this to hopefully help you guys out a little bit when I'm editing. And then I want to do space, dash, all lowercase, cheats. Perfect. And then I can hit apply and OK. Now, the other thing you can add at the very end of this, and this is, I learned this from the Farm Sim guy, and he does a video on his channel out about it, so make sure you go check him out as well, because he does a fantastic job. If you don't like the stupid intro videos that play when you start the game, so if I was to launch Farming Simulator right now, those intro videos like the cinematic trailer will play and all that stuff, you can get rid of those. There is an easy way to get rid of those if you don't want to deal with those anymore. All you have to do is at the very end of this, you can, after you put cheats in, hit space again, then dash, and then lowercase skip, S-K-I-P, uppercase S, and then, so you're going to spell start with the S being capitalized, and then there's no spaces between these words, and then videos with the V being capitalized. Then again, hit apply and hit OK, which is fantastic. Okay, we've done it. That should enable it. So now when we go to launch the game, you'll see it's going to be a little zoomed in. I'll switch it over here in OBS once we actually get into the game. But you'll see when we actually launch the game here, that there is not going to be, it's just going to load me right into the main screen. It's just zoomed in right there for you guys, but it'll load here in a second. Give it a second. My OBS is picking up that Farming Simulator has been launched. There we go. All right. So again, it will skip those intro videos if you don't want to watch them. And then big shout out to the Farm Sim guy for showing me that. And he has a video out on his channel as well for that. So now if we load in, I'm just going to start a new game. This will be fine. Let's do start from scratch. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Farm manager, new farmer, doesn't matter. We'll do no to all that. Let's just start a new game here. And I don't need any mods. I'm going to deselect all so you guys can see that I'm not running any mods to cheat. And I'm going to hit start. I'm going to show you how you can do all this stuff with the common commands and the different stuff that you can do with the cheats and stuff like that. Now I will also say this. They sometimes, and the game is always getting patched and updated and fixed and things like that. So if you're having an issue with a specific cheat, I would just redo the steps backwards, put cheats back in there, re-enable it on what I did at the very beginning of this video. Just try to restart all that and redo it all. I have had some issues where sometimes they'll work one day and the next day they don't work and nothing's changed. So it's a little frustrating, but usually they work pretty good. And the ones that are more common, they work every time pretty much. So, okay, I am in here. Now, what can I do? If I hit F2, you can do the FPS one up there. I'm in 30 FPS. It's terrible. It should be at 60. My shader cache must have to load or something, but anyhow, my computer should not have issues getting that up to 60. But regardless, you can see what FPS you're running. F2 if you have those console commands enabled. You can hit F4 if you want to see stuff on the ground. This is so you can see kind of where things are, but in a different format. And the reason that you'd say, well, why is this actually helpful? I use it to find tree stumps or other objects that I can't see that might still be there, so I know that I can landscape down and delete them if they still exist. So this helps you like find tree stumps and stuff like that. And again, F4 toggles that on or off. There's a whole bunch of other things in there as well, but now I want to talk about actually doing some of these console commands. On the upper left-hand side of your keyboard, there should be a little squiggly line. I don't know for the life of me the name of that. I'll put it up on the screen right now. I'll go Google the name of that. I don't know what it's called off the top of my head. If you click it once, it'll open this kind of log right there, and that's good. If you click it again, it'll put that little hashtag there, or that little pound sign there, depending on what millennia you're from, and then you can go ahead and type in console commands. If I hit it again, it'll close this out. So pretty easy. Boom, boom, and then off. So I'm going to type it twice here to get to here. There's a couple things that you may want to know about. Here's some common ones that people like to use. There is GS, and there's a ton. There's a ton. Absolute ton of these. Again, check out the list I sent over. You can do weather, spawn, spawn, twister should work. Oh, command not found. You see, I've had some issues with that one, so it may work, or it might be weather twister spawn. I can't remember what it is exactly, but yep, there it is, weather twister spawn. You also have to get command exactly correctly. And there we go. It's loud. I just spawned a twister. Oh, sorry, I was trying to move around. Make sure you close it out after you activate something, but I just spawned a twister. So you can spawn a twister, and you can see it destroyed that tree there. That's fun. Usually it works fine. Now the other thing I'd say, I don't want to deal with this twister anymore. You can also scroll back up to what you've done before by just hitting the arrow keys or scroll down. I'm going to type in GS weather, if I can type weather sets, and then you can type like what, and then hit space, and then you can type what you think would happen. So I can say sun, and then I can do a random, then hit space, and then hit like a number, like 1. It'll change the weather to sun, and then the twister's gone because it's no longer twister time. So there you go. That's an easy one to do there. Let's see if the GS field state one works. I'll show you that one where you can set a field to pretty much anything. And we have thought, I was talking with DJ actually about it tonight, and he said it may have not worked for me because maybe I had seasons on. So we will try it with seasons on and seasons off and see what happens. But if you go over to a field, you should theoretically, even if you don't own it, you should be able to set the field state for it because it's an overriding console command. I've had issues with it, so we'll see. But it's GS, should be at least, GS field. Yep, set state. There it is. Okay, perfect. It's going to work for me. And then I can hit the little squiggly line, and I have this over here. You can change. It's a little bit weird right now, but I can change, let's say, this field to spinach, growth state. I want it to be harvest ready. Apply, and it'll make whatever field is harvest ready. Now, if you have a custom field or something like that on the map, it will not work. Don't try it. And if let's say I painted part of this field, like let's say I went into landscaping mode and I painted this, I don't own the land, but let's say I painted part of it, you know, a different landscape or something like that, and then I go to grow spinach on it, it'll grow it over the whole thing. So there's a lot of stuff to play with in that menu there. So make sure you guys check that out. The other thing you do is, this one's a good one. GS, you're gonna type in GS camera FOV set. And if you have it come up there, you can scroll through the different ones on there, and then you can hit enter to get it to automatically fill. And then I can enter, like, let's say I wanted my camera set to 20, which would be super crazy here. So you can do that, which, by the way, default is 60 if you're in first person view, and then 40 if you are in a third person. So 60 for first person, and it's 40 for this. I have it set to 60 for both of mine, because I like the 60 better. But there you go. Another thing we can do as well is we can disable the HUD. So if you don't want the HUD up there, you can disable that. I'm going to do GS HUD visibility. Boom, toggle it off. And then if I want to turn it back on, I just go back in there, scroll up one, and then I can toggle it back on. So you can turn the HUD off. You also can enable super strength. That's the big one that people want. If I go down to, let's go to the store, because we're going to need to buy something probably for this. Visit, which, speaking of store and buying stuff, let's say I need more money. I can do that here as well. I can do GS, we gotta open the actual command here. GS money, typed it all out wrong. Money add, and then I think if you just hit enter, yep, it does 10 million, but you can put a specific amount in there as well if you'd like to, but I just put 10 million in there as well. So if I buy, I don't know, anything, it doesn't matter. I just buy something here at the stop. I obviously can't lift it up. It's a tractor, for Pete's sakes. Can't lift it up. I'd say I want to throw it because that's fun. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. I can do GS toggle. Is it toggle? Nope. GS, I'm looking at my notes here. Player super strength. Player, and then you can see it down there. Player super speed is also another fun one too if you want to go really fast, but super strength is what we're focused on now. Hit enter. Now I can pick this tractor up. If I want to throw this tractor, hold the right mouse button down, and I can throw this tractor. So you can do that if you'd like to do that. And I just kind of mentioned the super speed one. The last one I'll mention real quick is just time set. So if I want to do GS time, oops, I can't type tonight. Time sets, and if I do, I think it's in military times. Let's do 1300 to see. Nope, I completely broke it. So there's that. But you'll play with it. You'll get used to it. It set me to 4 o'clock. There we go. It might glitch out for a second when you fast forward time, but anyhow, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with this. Again, that list will be linked down below if you want to look at some other console commands. There's quite a few, so hopefully it works for you. It worked pretty well for me for this video, but sometimes it doesn't always work right, so just be aware of that. Anyhow, if you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel, and turn on your notification bells so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching.